Welcome to NocBro Nation.
What's going on, guys?
Hey guys, today we're here to do another Walking Dead comic book discussion.
Comic book show. It's Michonne's past comic versus the show. From the big reveal we got in issue 175.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Didn't even know. All right. Well, let's get into it. Yeah, I knew we were doing it. I didn't know we were doing versus the show. But either way, yes, it's very good to do this, actually. Yeah, let's get into it.
So if you have not read Walking Dead 175, spoiler alert, stop here, go to your local comic book shop, pick it up, read it, and come back.
Come back to this video.
That's right. So as we found out, Michonne has a daughter that she could potentially be alive as she made it to the Commonwealth, Elodie. She did mention back in issue 139 daughters, but names were never spoken of. We did not know any names.
Yeah, so the picture actually, as we read in issue 175, the group came up to a large picture board that the Commonwealth in the past has used to possibly reconnect with loved ones. It is there that Elodie left a picture of herself. Saying,
that was Michonne.
I'm sorry, of Michonne.
Yeah.
Saying, have you seen my mom, Michonne? If you have, please have her bring her to Elodie on 6th Street in the bakery.
In the bakery, yeah.
So, yeah, very interesting that we know that Elodie is in the Commonwealth. And the question is there another daughter?
Right.
Obviously, we can't wait for the reunion. That's going to be awesome.
If she's there.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
it is.
If she's there. So yeah, like we said, she first mentions it back in issue 139 with Rick saying daughters. She says she doesn't know where they are, but she believes that they're dead. Yeah. She fully believes that they were both killed after the outbreak, and she kind of is done looking for them and kind of making herself feel, go through that process of learning to get past them.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys haven't played the video game, I haven't played it myself, but there is a Walking Dead Michonne Telltale series that they've done, and that is where they mention the names of her daughters, Elodie and Colette. And so they took Elodie from the game, and maybe her other daughter could be there as well. We don't know. They haven't mentioned anything of the other one.
Maybe Elodie possibly might give details on the second daughter. We do know there are 2 daughters.
Yes.
Michonne herself has confirmed that, like you said, in 139. So the question is, after the reunion, is where's the second daughter? And Elodie will possibly give us that information in the reunion.
Right.
The show. Should we talk about that?
Well, let me get back to one point. And also, Michonne has an ex-husband, and she had a boyfriend. Now, the boyfriend and her... Now, was it the same in the comic and the show that her boyfriend and his brother were the 2 dead walkers? Okay, so the boyfriend is gone. But we don't know about the ex-husband. So, or the nanny who was taking care of the girl. So maybe all of them could be at the Commonwealth, and she could have a reunion. Michonne could have a reunion with her ex-husband, her either one daughter or both, and the nanny. Don't know, but that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
So, but now we can roll into the show.
Yeah.
So the past with Michonne on the show.
So the show, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've seen this. I know that her brother and her boyfriend were with her. I know she had a baby.
It was a son.
It was a son,
It was a son. I can't remember the name, but in the show, it was a son.
Yep.
And her boyfriend and brother had the same fate. She used them as her, walker on chains. We never got full confirmation what happened to the son, but apparently he died.
Yeah.
In the outbreak. So it's very interesting how the show took a different turn.
Yeah.
As just having it be a son, maybe not the daughters, but...
I'm really surprised, actually. We've heard in the past that Robert Kirkman knows the entire story.
Yeah.
He knows the path that he's going to take. He knows the ending. Did he really originally plan for Michonne to have children? And if he did, then why didn't the show follow this path?
Right.
Because it's actually a very interesting thing to add in, now that we're, 30 some issues away from when she first revealed she had 2 daughters.
Right.
So to get that scene at the end of issue 175 is exciting as a fan to read that.
Yeah.
It would have been even more exciting in the show.
Now, from the show, because of how things turned out, spoiler alert if you haven't caught up with season 8, with Carl dying, wouldn't it be interesting if after All Out War, if they completely skip the Whisperer War part, if they take a different turn, that could have been interesting. The crew going somewhere else and finding maybe Elodie or the daughter or daughters from that piece.
Yeah.
And because of how old she would be, she's going to be at least in her teenage years, I would say.
It would be a pretty big plot hole considering that it's already confirmed that she had a son and a son only.
Well, yeah, but I was mentioning like if they on the show, if they would have taken the daughter approach, as Robert Kirkman probably knew about from the comics, that would have changed things up a little bit for the show.
It would have, and that's
where the show is now.
Yeah, and that kind of goes along with what I was saying too. Is it would have been more interesting if they would have kept it in the show that she had 2 daughters.
Sure.
Even if she had a brother, a boyfriend, and an ex-husband, they still could have kept the whole Walker pet thing going on.
Yeah. I mean, they've changed. There's a lot of changes that are from the show, different from the comic of the show that they did. But I think this one would have been really good to see in the show as well. But,
and look, there were different executive producers too. And even like, if, for example, take the Andrea path that we were talking about. They screwed that up, and Robert Kirkman, I think, had a problem with killing off Andrea. We've even heard confirmation from the actress herself that she had signed on for 8 years and was to be Rick's girlfriend.
Right.
So they had it planned, and then all of a sudden at the last minute they killed off Andrea.
Right.
So, I think it's all stems from that one event.
Yeah.
Kind of spiraled other arcs in the show, storylines in the show to take a different turn.
Right.
But yeah, it's very interesting to see that in the comic book. I can't wait to
I'm excited for the comic book piece of it. It's going to be interesting, if she is alive, if either one or both, how, is she going to be able to bring them back?
Are they even going to want to go back?
How would Rick be?
Are they even going to want to go back?
Exactly.
That's my whole thing with this whole Commonwealth.
They're a pretty well put together unit.
Yeah, you're going into a community of 50,000 strong.
Supposedly.
And to be that big, you've had to have been around for a while. They're fortified.
Right.
A simple herd can take out Alexandria. We just saw that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
would they want to leave?
How many people from Alexandria are going to want to leave and go to the Commonwealth?
If they can.
Yeah.
There's an interview process.
Yes, you have to pass the interview.
Would Rick be cool going somewhere with 50,000 strong, knowing that he's not the leader anymore, which he's kind of, in the comic, he's kind of wanting to push himself away from that. But
he still considers himself a leader.
Yeah.
I think with the death of Andrea, it's kind of taken a sidestep right now. But we talked about this offline. I fully believe that now the problem is going to be how many people is Alexandria even going to still be around once they find out the Commonwealth? Is the Hilltop still going to want to stay thriving if the Commonwealth is still out there, or if the possibility of a large safe community is out there? Will people in these 3 other communities, Kingdom, Hilltop, and Alexandria, want to stay there?
Right.
And if that's the case, I think we're possibly seeing an end of Rick.
Well, we'll save that for another time. But
we will do another video.
We'll get back. We'll get back on the topic of Michonne. But all in all, I thought it was great seeing this aspect of Michonne. I think this will really bring a really good story for Michonne in the comics. To bringing back her past that she just locked up inside. It said, my daughters are dead, they're gone, I'm moving forward on with my life, and she's had a long time to get over that fact. I think she's still kind of tormented from it, but she deals with it, and I think this is really going to bring a new story, a new kind of aspect of Michonne out that we haven't seen yet. So I'm excited for that piece.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your thoughts? You brought this up a little bit, but do you think she's going to bring her back? You think she's going to risk her daughter's life and bring her back to Alexandria?
I think she would want to, but I think something will happen where like talking with her daughter, I mean, she hasn't seen her in years. I think maybe she'd understand that her daughter is in a good place. She wants to get back to her family, with Rick.
Depends on who she does. She have anything to go back to in Alexandria? I mean, other than Rick, right? But Rick isn't of sentimental value to her. Like
there's something there. There is.
What I mean by that is like love, right?
There's been some
now
spots.
You're getting the show creeping into you.
Well, no, because honestly, like there's been times.
There have been moments where she's been by Rick's side. But that's more of compassion.
True. That's true. But I think,
like, for instance, if King Ezekiel was still around, right?
Maybe, yeah. or Morgan.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's what I meant, is like, does she have someone to go back to give her a reason to go to Alexandria?
Not truly, unless she just, she wants to stay with Rick and them because they are her family in a sense.
Right, right.
I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
It's back to where we were. What I was saying earlier is how many people are really going to want to stay around after they hear this community. That's why it's going to be interesting to see what happens next in 176 because it's like I need to know more about the Commonwealth.
Right. Throughout this whole arc.
Much, and truly, if you're asking me now, like I think she would stay in the Commonwealth with her daughter, and especially if maybe she finds out that what was the Colette?
Yeah.
Maybe she finds out from
if they use that name
from Elodie that her other daughter is somehow in this other community, the last that she found out and got separated from, and it gives Michonne a mission to go after and find out her daughter. To date, she's thought that both of them are dead.
Yep.
Now, if she finds out that both of them were living at one point, one is alive, and that one doesn't know if the other daughter's alive.
Right.
It gives her something to.
It's giving her a meaning to push forward to
try and
get her family back and be happy in a sense.
So that would be a very interesting arc, and I'd actually like to see something like that. Cool. That Michonne goes off on her own.
That'd be cool.
Maybe cuts up a couple walkers and uses them as pets again. That'd be awesome,
That'd
right?
Be sweet. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But there's just so many unanswered questions. But all in all, I think we're just very excited that this reveal happened. Big differences between the comic and the show, of course. But I think the comic side got it right. I think this is a really, really good advancement of Michonne's character and her past. I think is really going to shine. And we're going to see what's going to happen in the future with her.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait, guys. Let us know what you guys think of Michonne and what's going to happen in the future with her daughter.
Or daughters.
Can't wait. Let us know, guys, what you thought. Really look forward to your input. And
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And stay tuned for more Walking Dead interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.